Here we have for sale our 2016 on a 16 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is the T6, which is the shape. This one is the T32, which means it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. This one has got the 2 litre TDI bi-turbo diesel engine producing 180 PS, roughly 180 brake horsepower. And this is the short wheelbase Highline Kombi van. What we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Highline Kombi of this age, and we'll also talk you through the bits which clearly are not standard on this particular vehicle as well, and talk you through what's been done to it. Also have a look at things like the service history as well, and have a really close look at the condition, seeing as this vehicle is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with a rear glazed tailgate. So tailgate, of course, is one door which opens up like so, and glazed meaning it has got the factory window in it. Now the factory window does come with heating elements, so there's a little, you can't probably pick it up on the camera here, but there's little orange stripes across here, which of course are the heating elements, and you've also got the rear wash and wipe on the back of there as well. Let's have a look at the model denotion here. So as I say, we've got T32, so as I say 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. And you can just see there, tiny little letters, numbers, sorry, 180 PS. On a Highline then, you do get a number of elements which come colour coded. So that includes the door handles all round, so the one on here on the tailgate. On the side of the vehicle, you also get the bumpers, so the rear bumper, the front bumper, and the wing mirror covers, all colour coded in the body colour, which on this particular vehicle is reflex silver. Beautiful metallic silver, very bright metallic silver that comes on the VW Transporter range. Now, things which have been added here at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one has got a lovely rear spoiler, and I think that ties in very nicely with a few other bits as well, which we'll come on to as we go around the vehicle. But also here at the rear, we can see that this one has got the mud flaps as well, which I think is a really nice feature to have. You can also see that the Highline does come with rear parking sensors. As standard, they're nicely integrated into the rear bumper. In terms of condition then of the tailgate, hopefully the camera is conveying this accurately. Nice light to do this in actually today, but looking very, very clean and straight. We can see here though, just lower down on the rear of the bumper, there are some little marks and scuffs just lower down on the bumper. As I say, not massively noticeable, but as I say, worth pointing those out. But the bumper generally is looking in really good order. If we open up the tailgate, we can start to then have a look inside the rear of the vehicle at the condition and so on in here. So first thing to note is, of course, this vehicle has been completely carpet lined in the back of the van. Of course, these lights do come on. They're in 3 different positions for those. But as I say, fully carpet lined in the rear of the vehicle here. This really does help to deaden down the sound, gives it much more of a car-like feel here in the back. Very, very nice indeed. The Kombi then does come with this nice soft touch rubber flooring, which is fantastic, very easy to clean out. And you've got the tie down points here in the back of the van to be able to tie your cargo down, and this is the correct position here of the toolkit. Inside the rear of the tailgate then, you can also see that that is carpet lined in there as well, but generally very nice condition in the back of the van. Of course, when you get one like this which is carpet lined, they're generally not used for, you know, particularly heavy work, because of course they are carpet lined in the back. I've just noticed that this one has actually got the LED tail lights. You can always tell that because it's got a little E there, so I always seem to recognize it. They may be aftermarket actually, because the aftermarket headlights, but as I say, LED tail lights, very nice to see that. Looking down the passenger side of the vehicle then, just having a look in those sort of reflections down the side of the van, looking really, really clean and tidy. Looks beautiful condition on the outside of the van. The only thing that I have noticed, there is a little blemish just down here at the very bottom of the side loading door. You can see it just above my finger there. There is a little blemish just there, tiny little dent almost as well, but as I say, very low down at the bottom of that side loading door. We're looking very, very clean and tidy indeed. So open up the side loading door then, we can start to have a look inside the rear of the van. So we can see here that we've got the 3-seater bench seat in the back. Of course, these do come with ISOFIX compatibility on the 2 outer seats, but this is the factory seat that these come with as standard. Now these are quick release as well, so you can remove these from the floor by using the levers which are on the back of the seat. So you can very, very quickly have this seat out of there to give you the full space in the back of the van if you wanted to. But again, condition here in the back of the van, very much consistent, looking really, really nice in the back of here. You can also have a good look there at the back of the front seats. Also, the tie-down points also continue here in this part of the load space as well. So once those seats are removed, plenty of room in there. Moving then into the front of the vehicle. So lovely condition here of the passenger door card. One thing to note here, any sort of eagle-eye viewers will notice this extra seal which is on the door here. So this would have been added afterwards. You actually get these as standard on the Caravelle model, but it really does help to deaden down the sound when you shut that door. People say that it's sort of, they call these seals sort of sounds like a golf seal, but it really does help to sort of deaden that sound down, makes it sort of feel much more car-like inside. But lovely condition here. Clearly when someone goes to the extent of putting things like that on their van, it's certainly being cared for. Looking at the condition of the dashboard there, absolutely lovely condition. A factory optional extra then is that this one has got cab carpet in the front from factory, so it's really nice to see that. There's an extra trim here which has been, that's been added, a bit of a protection plate there for people getting in and out. Now, as I mentioned, this vehicle certainly has been cared for, and we've got a fantastic service history as well, and that is complete with a printout totaling quite a lot of money been spent on the van in the last few years, and also a previous printout as well of service history which has been carried out before. So really, really comprehensive service history with the vehicle. Now the main things to note here which have been done is that the timing belt has been changed. The vehicle has had a Pendle remap as well. So Pendle are sort of a leading name in Volkswagen Transporter remaps. So that has been done. That was back in 2020. So I'm not sure of the exact power figure, but as I say, probably will be increased power, probably increased efficiency in some areas as well. Also that the suspension, you can see clearly it has been lowered, but crucially it's on Bilstein B14 coilovers, which is a really, really high-end suspension setup, not just lowering springs but coilovers, which as I say, they give you you know, better comfort and I believe actually some sort of adjustability as well if you wanted to, and plenty of services which have been carried out as well. But a really, really comprehensive service history, which is always lovely to see. Now if we shut the side loading door on the front door, we can continue to go around the outside of the vehicle. Let's talk about a few things which have been added here. So we've got the proper Sportline alloy wheels. So these will be an 18-inch alloy wheel, and as I say, these are the proper Sportline ones. I just think they're so lovely, quite subtle in the graphite grey, but very, very nice indeed. While we're down here, I've just noticed a couple of other tiny little blemishes. So there's one just here, a little touch in just there, and also another little touch in just there as well above my fingers. So is there anything I can see, I will gladly point it out to you. But lovely alloy wheels, as I mentioned, as I say, finished in the gunmetal grey, proper VW Sportline wheels. And as I say, this has been lowered on the Bilstein B14 coilover suspension. Looks absolutely fantastic. We've also got the chrome sidebars on here, mud flaps of course on the front of the vehicle as well. This one has got the wind deflectors on the front windows, and then as we move around to the front, again lots of modifications here. So this one has had, this is a modification we do a lot on vehicles, Volkswagen Transporters, and that is changing all the grills on the front here to gloss black. Makes an absolutely massive difference to the front end look. This particular one has got the badgeless gloss black top grille, and we've also got upgraded headlights here as well. So you can see we've got the lovely daytime running light here around the bottom. So as I say, those are far from standard. If we look at the front fogs as well, those have been changed for some brighter front fog lights there. Lovely condition at the front of the vehicle. Usual stone chips to the bonnet, as I'm not sure if you can pick those up there, but there are a few stone chips there to the bonnet. So if you look here just above my finger there or there, say some of the more notable ones, but as I say, very much consistent with its age and mileage. Otherwise, there's not much I can particularly fault it on. As I say, just the usual stone chips here to the front, around the front end here. As I say, very consistent what I would sort of expect to see. Finally then, on the outside of the vehicle, I don't want to keep it for too long, we're almost at 10 minutes now, but moving down the driver's side here, again, lovely condition here down the driver's side. A couple of tiny little touch-ins just here by the rear arch. I can also see one here on the side loading door just above my finger there, and little blemish just here as well above my finger at the very back here, just behind this light. A tiny little blemish just there as well, but looking very, very nice. I think it looks absolutely stunning the way that this has been modified. Very tasteful. I say lowered slightly, but done right on the coilover. Is a much more expensive way of doing it, dramatically more expensive than just putting normal lowering springs on, but it does also improve the handling of the vehicle as well. Lovely front end with the upgraded headlights and the gloss black front grills, rear spoiler, mud flaps, sidebars, really, really nice indeed. Another optional extra then is that this one has got twin side loading doors, so you've got driver side loading door. As standard, these will just come with the passenger side loading door, so it's lovely to see that. Again, lovely condition in the rear of the vehicle. Opening up the driver's door then, as I say, we've got that extra seal on this door as well. On top of the driver's door then, we have electric windows, electric heated mirrors, that all comes as standard. As I mentioned, that cab carpet, which is a really nice factory extra. 2 full remote keys with the vehicle. Leather multifunctioning steering wheel, a bit of wear to the top of the leather just there. Again, very much consistent with the mileage on this vehicle. It's actually not too bad compared to some of them that you see on this sort of age and miles. I say multifunctioning, so you've got your radio controls here on the left hand side. On the right hand side then you can control the onboard computer and the phone and things like that as well. Mileage then, 77,686 miles. You can see it's all idling correctly there, no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. Auto activated lights and wipers. You can see here that we've got the twin adjustable armrests. Lovely condition there of the driver's seat, as you can see. Height adjustability of the whole seat as well. 6-speed manual gearbox, again very much the same as the steering wheel. A bit of wear to the leather there on the actual gear knob itself, but 6-speed manual gearbox crucially to go along that 180 brake horsepower engine. This one, again, another factory optional extra, and this one has got a DAB radio on the larger screen, which is very, very nice indeed. So when you put the vehicle into reverse, you do get the parking sensor display just there, which is really, really nice. Air conditioning comes as standard, heated windscreen, USB and an AUX port just there as well, but lovely condition inside the cab there, it must be said. So just to quickly summarise this vehicle, this is a 2016 on a 16 plate Volkswagen Transporter. It's the T6, which is the shape T32, so 3.2 tonne gross vehicle weight, 2 litre TDI, 180 brake horsepower, bi-turbo diesel engine, short wheelbase Highline Kombi, 6-speed manual gearbox, finished in the fantastic reflex silver. Beautiful service history throughout, with some really, some really notable things which have been done, as I say, such as the full coilover suspension kit. The timing belt has been changed. I believe that was in 2020, which is exactly when it was due actually, so 4 years old. A number of services. It's not due a service now. It's been very, very well looked after, it must be said, but all that comes complete with the vehicle, which is so lovely to see, and available here today at Bridgend Van Centre. If you'd like to see the full advert, if you haven't seen it already, please head over to our website, bridgendvans.co.uk. This is where you'll find the full advert with the price, the photography and the description. We will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign as well. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates on all of our vehicles, whether that be for limited companies, private individuals. We can certainly help you out with funding of the vehicle if you'd like to spread the cost of it. We can deliver our vehicles nationwide, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange. Thank you very much for watching.